Yeah, fine. Okay. So I'll be having certain very important insight. We'll be dividing this part or this session into two parts. Like one, before examination or before exam hall, what should be your strategy regarding this preparation? And during examination or during exam hall, what should be your preparation or what should be your approach? Okay, that actually we are going to deal with now. So guys, before starting our session, just to tell me how many of you are going to appear this examination December cycle for the very first time. Just give me that hand raising or something, chat or something. Yeah, one is there. Neha. What about others? All are already had one appearance. Okay, question changed. Okay, the question is like, hope everybody is going to appear for this upcoming examination. Yes or no? Yeah, fine. Yeah, fine. So many of you know how is the examination is actually happening or what kind of strategy you should adopt. Many of you might know, but I'll be sharing some of my very important tips. For the last 6 times I have appeared for this examination, and all the 6 times I have cleared this net. Okay, in history. So I'll be having certain very important discussion regarding that, something very serious about this examination. Actually, many of the students actually they are considering this examination just one qualification examination, as well as they are just without any having any proper time based learning process. They are going to simply approach this examination and appear there, and finally they are coming back without by saying this examination was so tough this time also. So that should not be your case. Your case should be you have to be somewhat cool enough to appear this examination and to come out and just sit simply and wait for the result and finally say, yes, this time I have qualified this one. I'll be sharing some of my very important experience and tips here. So let's get start. Before discussing particularly about this UGC NET examination, I'll be giving certain very brief idea regarding certain strategies that you should have to clear any particular examination. So as you can see here, the most important part is that you have to understand the examination. Why this examination is going to conduct or how this examination is going to conduct, both perspective you have to know. That is understanding the examination. For that, you might have the syllabus, right? So syllabus will be there. And syllabus is there. But the most important part is that how you are going to clear this examination. That actually you are here and I am also here. For that, you should have some very important things in which you have the second point, you have to know your potential. That is very important part. Knowing your potential meaning, you have to know what are your major strengths as well as what are your major weakness. So when I say strength, you will be most of the time says, sir, paper 2 is okay for me because I am studying that nowadays. Also, my graduation was the same. So I have certain idea regarding this paper 2. You'll be saying like that. Unfortunately, what all things you are learning in the graduation time as well as in the post-graduation time is not going to ask there. They are going to ask certain questions that is actually having some more higher knowledge, because they are actually conducting the examination for two very important purposes. One is for this NET qualification, for having this teaching qualification. Another one is for having this research qualification, that is called JRF. So for that purpose, you should know something very serious. You should know something very elaborative and comprehensive about your subject. By that situation, you have to analyze which is your potential, how much you are strong with your paper 2, how much you are weak in that. Similarly, how much you are strong in the paper 1 and you are weak in that. That is very important part. As part of this program, EMBARK by MSF EFL, you have this 10 days crash course for paper 1, right? So that would be enough. Actually, there will be asking around 50 questions from this paper 1. So all these crash course would be enough to develop certain last minute ideas. So with that last minute ideas, that would be sufficient in order to clear or in order to answer around 30 to 35 questions minimum. Why I'm saying 30 to 35 out of 50, for the recent trends, what we can see, sometimes examination is going to become much more tougher. And hopefully you might have heard about the UGC next declaration. They'll be having some kind of syllabus change for the upcoming June examination 2024. So I'm saying this crash course is very important, EMBARK. So don't miss any of the live session. Learn in that time period itself. You have given with the most famous faculties and most well resourceful faculties for that program, right? So your paper one strategy should be that in order to fill up what all gaps you have to catch up all these EMBARK points of this 10 days program. Just to catch up all these points. So have a good sharpening about your paper one. And coming to paper two is something very big oceanic. Meaning each of your subject, whether it is history, geography, political science, sociology, whatever it would have that much of length and breadth. That length and breadth like will be an ocean and will be still in the shore region or in the beach region. So you have to have a clear-cut idea what is your potential, whether how much you are strong in your subjects, how much you are weak in that subject. That is very important because all these background preparations are going to make you a strong person in the examination hall. And there should be some kind of executable plan for you. Some students are like, they'll be having, yes, this time I'll be definitely scoring much more marks than the previous one, and definitely I'll be cracking JRF this time. And they'll be having the same old executable plan. That should not be the case. You can score around 150 marks out of 300. But if you want to score around 170 plus, you have to give some extra edge. So this should be your last minute preparation strategy. Meaning you might know teaching aptitude very well, research aptitude well, communication well, but just try to answer certain questions from maths and data interpretation if you are weak in that subject now this time. So it will help you to score much more higher. So there should be some kind of executable extra edge oriented points. Then only you will be able to score minimum marks that you have to get for this JRF. And finally, I don't know whether when will be your examination date because every date is different for different subject, right? So have a revision, small revision. I'm not saying give all 24 hours of one day to learn paper one and all 24 hours of another day to have a revision of this paper. That's not the case. But have a small revision of contents as well as do some MCQs from there. Just to think, are you able to answer from that area after learning that particular topic? And finally, the most important thing that you should take, that was test series. I don't know how many of you have taken that one. So all these 5 strategies or 5 things are very important to clear any particular examinations. Not only this UGC NET examination, whichever the examination is there, you have to have the syllabus understanding very well. And most importantly, you have to know your potential, how much you are ready to clear the examination. And by understand that, you should have an executable extra edge-oriented preparation plan. Then revisioning as well as MCQs practice. Finally, there should be having some test series like 100 marks, 100 questions of paper 2 to understand your performance so far. 50 marks paper 1 test series to understand your paper 1 performance. So this should be very important to clear any particular examination. Hope this much of general idea you know. I know you guys already know about these things, but I'm just reminding you that because only after having certain things, your exam hall strategy should be that much easier for that purpose. Hope it is clear. If you have any doubt in this area, just feel free to ask me. Is that clear, guys? Yeah, fine. Thank you. Similarly, as I have, as you guys know, definitely you have already applied for this examination. Just to try to understand this examination nature in a very brief, it's conducted by NTA. That's it's an online test examination. You have to spend 3 hours of time in the examination hall, and you'll be having a compiled paper of 150 questions having paper 1 as well as paper 2 questions for totally 300 marks, and we'll be having two languages. One is English and Hindi. And the most important part, just to trust me, guys, this is the most supportive element in this examination. No negative marking. Actually, you know, for any competitive examination, there will be negative marking. And by this negative marking, many of the aspirants were having certain fear to answer certain questions. But that's not the case of UGC NET examination till now. It can be varied or it can be changed. Mostly we are expecting the syllabus changing in the June cycle of 2024. They will be having some kind of negative marking as well. So this is a golden time, it's a golden opportunity that you can have non-negative marking UGC NET examination. So it's your duty to appear and attend all the 150 questions. And the most important thing, and the most important complaints raised by many of the students after this examination was like, sir, we didn't get enough time to answer this question. We didn't get enough time to read that particular paragraph. They're complaining many of such situations. The most important part is that, guys, if your examination starts on 6th December, now it's only 3rd. At least do one particular examination before that. One particular complete examination before that. At least one, yeah. At least one paper, one test series before that. It will be high advantage for you. Okay, let me share a certain link to Junaid, your coordinator of this program. And there is happening one online examination now. I can share particular link. If you are interested, just to appear that examination today itself and understand your performance and understand your time management. That's the most important word I'm using. Time management is very important in this examination because you are going to have 3 hours of time in the examination hall. And you have to exhaust that time. How? That should be an efficient exhausting of that time. And you have 150 questions. And most of the students are doing like they'll be having some kind of tension in their mind and they're going to exhaust that time with the tension, not by reading completely, not by reading efficiently. That's the most thing happening. So I'll be saying some of the very important simple steps that you can make to have a beautiful examination experience or exam hall experience. Okay, so as part of that, just to try to understand your final lab. That means now we have only 3 days for this starting or the commencing of this examination, and 3rd December now, right? So the final lab should be, you should have a paper 1 revision plan. A 10 topic, 10 units are there in the paper 1, right? So that paper 1 revision is very important, and EMBARK is with you. Maximum utilize that one. Nothing else. If you are just a beginner itself and you don't find much enough time to revise everything, just follow what EMBARK says. Just follow what EMBARK gives you. That should be your paper 1 thing. And paper 2, have a minimum revision of the subject you are learning so far, or you have learned so far. So that should be your subject approach. Paper 1, paper 2. For paper 1, you can depend EMBARK. And paper 2, you are coming from different streams, right? So just to revise what all the stuff you have with you so far. Just to have a minimum revision. Just to have minimum revision of keen reading. I'm saying keen reading. For revision, in order to complete one particular notebook or corresponding study material, yes, I have to finish everything. Don't go for a speedy revision like Indiran or Robert. Just to do or just to read a paragraph, give him 5 minutes of time, have a keen observation, and obviously you might have checked your previous year questions as well. So you know how the questions are actually going to appear. So have a minimum beautiful keen observation based reading. That's enough for your paper 1 and paper 2. And must you have to do certain MCQ solving. And this MCQ solving is definitely make you think that yes, your preparation is good and your preparation should be good. For that, you have to practice at least a set of question paper. That's why I'm saying at least just to try to do one paper, one test series or full test, paper one at least. So we'll have 50 questions and try to answer all these 50 questions within less than 1 hour. Less than 1 hour. Okay, that should be your idea. And after solving these MCQs, just have one more final revision, stop there. Because you don't get much more time. And if your examination is after 10, have a elaborate time also, have another test series, have a good revision, have a good MCQ solving, and understand whether you were able to answer such kind of simple questions or not. And finally, after doing everything of this one, you are going to enter into your exam hall, whether it may be on 6th December or 7th or in between 22 December, any day. Before that, make sure that you are having at least this as final lab. I say paper one test is one full test of this paper one is very important. Paper two have a minimum revision because paper two is something large subject. You can go for many test series there. Okay, if you are already in the preparation, just to have one test also, and then based on this MCQ solving, have a final revision, and just be confident enough to attend or appear this exam hall on the date of your examination. That actually we are going to discuss. That's the most important part of today, and we'll be discussing that one, and we'll be finishing it off. So far clear or any doubt? Okay, fine. So finally, the exam hall. I have divided into two categories. One thing just before your examination or exam hall. Another one is inside your exam hall. That's why I have given number exam hall number 1, 2, 3. And just before your exam hall, guys, you have to be that much peaceful. You have to be that much peaceful, I say. How you have to be peaceful? Prepare everything before. Yes, that day is my day. Think like that day is my day. Like the situation, like I didn't learn properly. I have already have some kind of practice. Don't think of such kind of things. Just think about yourself. This should be a first strategy. Just think about yourself. And think about yourself and have a beautiful appearance in that examination now. For that, you have to do certain very important things like get ready with your documents. You should have one hall ticket. You have to carry one ID card. 2 photos should be there and keep a pen also. That's enough. If you want water bottle, you can have a transparent one. And mask also. If they are giving or not, have one. Okay. So hall ticket, ID card, 2 photos and pen. Make it prepared, not just not the last night before the examination. Keep it before what 2 days ago at least. That would be much more easier. So you can have that in your memory. You can keep it aside on your cable. Documentation. So you are set with that one. Now already this city intimation is given. So understand where might be your examination center will be there. So have a plan. That is the plan the trip program. Just to calculate the distance that you have to cover and the towns or the way of transportation that you can reach there and get ready there physically. So these are certain very important facts. Along with this one, on the very last day of this examination, have a good food. I say good food means don't have much heavy lunch or a heavy dinner, especially heavy dinner that make you something lazy enough to get up from the bed. Okay, so have good food, have good sleep. Please, guys, don't do like say like tomorrow morning 7 is your reporting time in the examination hall, and you are still in the last night or tonight you are playing in your mobile phone, whether it is Instagram, YouTube, or you are having this blah blah chat with your friends. Don't do that. Just say with your friends, tomorrow I have examination, so I have to get into the bed at the earliest. So keep your mobile phone aside with an alarm and prepared well. Have a good sleep. This is important. Have good food, have good sleep, and get ready in the examination hall at the earliest. Reach there at the earliest by whatever the communication or way of transportation you have. So you'll be happier. Anyhow, the guys, they know. If you are attending this examination hall, you will have at least minimum 30 to 45 minutes of free time there, whole period. Most of the time, that cool of time is not good for students, because many of the students, they're simply sitting there and they'll having falling asleep. They'll falling asleep, right? I have experienced all the 6 times at one. I'll be falling asleep every time in that cool off period before starting this examination. So have a good water bottle if you can. Have this hydration process or drink much more water. And drinking much more water would help you seriously. And make sure that you won't be getting that much support from these invigilators to go for pee or toilet or washroom. So make sure that situation also. And get into the examination hall. And when you're getting to examination, never be panic. The whole team will be there to support you. I have seen most of the time many students are facing certain situation like their computer is not working properly. Don't worry, that cool off time is actually for that such kind of technical help. If your computer is not working, don't be panic. Just inform, hello sir, it's not working, just help me. So he will check, otherwise he will be giving another system for you. So be confident, make sure that you are having a proper seating. That's also very important. You know why I'm saying that? Last time or before that one, when I was sitting there, there were two persons, one on my right side, another one in the left side. And they know me before I'm teaching for this UGC NET examination, and I'm getting many students in many universities also. So, are you Mr.? Yes, sir. Are you like this one? They were asking me. So I just told them, don't make that much noise. Invigilators will catch us. Okay. And in between, that was a situation, I just keep them away, kept them away. But during the examination, they were asking, we were the same subject, right? Hey, just look here. What's the answer of this question? Guys, don't go for such kind of discussion there. It's very important. This is not your university examination. This is something competitive examination. This is something qualitative examination to prove that how much qualified you are in this subject. So have your own disciplined method of seating process in the examination hall. Be confident enough. Have water. And before starting your examination, make sure that you are having at least a 3 beautiful breathtaking process. That should be like having more exhalation, a slow motion of inhalation, slow motion of exhalation, and more inhalation. Right? Take more breath. Your cells will be much more active to respond to certain questions that you are going to see in the system. So breathtaking will help you definitely. And before getting to the examination, many people suggest like have one chocolate, or have one whatever it is, according to whichever condition you are familiar with or we are easy with it. Don't think like he's having Red Bull before the examination, so I should get Red Bull. Don't do such kind of mistake. You might be sometimes for the very first time you are having this Red Bull and you'll be having some kind of headache then. So do whatever you are familiar with, what you like the most. Try that one. Okay. So when you come to the examination, have a proper sitting there. And nobody is going to disturb you as well. It's very important. That one is also very. And another thing is that after launching your examination, you'll be provided with a certain password as well. After launching your examination, you will be having 150 questions, right? Just a second, I'm getting one emergency call. Just a second. Sorry, guys, in between one emergency call. Fine. So I'm saying that after launching your examination paper, we'll have 3 hours of time. Make sure that you don't know all the questions. You cannot answer all the questions in a single round, meaning that 150 questions will be there, and you'll be knowing around 50 to 80 questions in a good sense. The rest of the questions you don't know, so not need to be panic, but try to solve such kind of questions with your patience, with your examination cool mind. That should be your policy. That's why I'm saying just try to practice at least one question, one test series before you are going to this examination hall. So my point is very clear, guys. You will be having 150 questions there with the 3 hours of time. And your choice should be like many students will be doing. There will be question 1 to 150. I'll be doing 50 first, then 100 later, or whatever the situation. Guys, if you're confident in paper 1, just to do that. Or if you're confident in your paper 2, just to do that. Then come back to another set. There is no strong policy that after 2 only, you can answer 3. You can answer any of the question between that 3 hours of time. So this should be taken very carefully. Many students will be doing, sir, first I sat all my time, around 1.5 hours for this paper 1 alone. Think about it. Paper 1 having only 50 questions and 1 hour. There's an exact time period like 1 hour for this one. It's your method of calculation, your method of division, partition of this time. So you have to be strong enough in which you are strong enough or in which you are not strong enough. That's why I said know your potential. And enjoy the 3 hours of time process. And attempt in your own ways of planning. And you are good at your paper 2, just start with that one. And you will be having 100 questions there, right? In which you will be learning, you will be knowing only around 30 to 40 questions in the first round. No worries, stop it there. This one more thing, just try to practice this one. You can do this examination in 2 rounds. Many of the students will be doing, they'll be sitting on one particular question and we will be reading, and surely they won't be knowing much more about that question. And they'll be sitting and reading and try to find out the option. But unfortunately, they were not aware of anything about that one. So they will be wasting time over there. So that's why I'm saying you can have a two round ways approach to this examination. In the first round, just listen, in the first round, try to answer the questions that are 100% sure for you. 100% sure for you. How you know? Take the paper 2, you will have 100 questions. And you will be reading, some questions are very familiar for you. And you are confident that this will be the answer. Go and bubble that one. Lock that one. And proceed. After completion of this 100, after spending around 30 minutes, that would be enough. 30 to 45 minutes will be enough to complete your round 1 in paper 2. Or reading 100 questions, 30 to 45 minutes will be sufficient. In that, you will be able to answer around 30 to 40 questions in a simple way, and the rest of the 70 to 60 questions, you can do it in the second round after reading paper 1. Second round, that should be kept for the last time. Why, you know? Otherwise, you will be losing much more time for doing the paper 1 or vice versa. So the strategy should be, guys, should be like this one. Be peaceful, be cool-minded, and be simply sitting without disturbing others, and you are getting disturbed by others, and having this breathtaking format, and knowing that I'm not sure about, I won't be getting all the 150 questions. And in that belief, start reading question number 1 of this paper 1 or paper 2, and complete that paper 1 or paper 2 in round 1 manner, in which you have to answer only the answers you are that much strong with. Just mark that. And by 1.5 hours, I say by 1.5 hours, meaning by 50% of the time, you'll be covered your first round. I will be getting around 60 to 70 right answers. 60 to 70 right answers, or that much sure questions. Now you have 1.5 hours of time, as well as around 80 maximum 80 questions left with 1.5 hours. And the format is that no negative marking. So have a strong reading again about this second round questions. And in that second round of questions, you can sometimes eliminate two options and reach a 50-50 chance. Either option will be B or either option will be C. You can come to that point, conclusion, and go for one thing. Because there is no negative mark. You'll get sometimes it's right, sometimes it's wrong. No worries. But you can have a guessed, you can have a logical based derivation to your answers. Just to practice that much. That's enough. And enjoy that 3 hours of time very clear manner, very efficiently, very peacefully, and focusing only on your desktop, not focusing on other system. And whenever you are reading each and question, think that question very well. And there is no prescribed time format for any questions. But I say, if you are getting one statement question and 4 options, I'll say take maximum 15 to 20 seconds to answer that question. Maximum. In that situation, you will be able to understand or answer that question. Otherwise, put it for second round. That should be a strategy. So you'll get much more time. So your time management issue will be solved. And second round, the second round format that will help you to understand it. Understand that in the first round, I have able or qualified to answer at least 70 to 80 questions. That confidence will be there. That's enough activity to clear this examination. Out of 300, the maximum, if you are getting 200 marks, you'll be getting JRF itself, depending on the subjects and variations. So guys, your format and your policy will be in the before reaching this examination. Before reaching this examination, you have to be prepared yourself, and you have enough time, guys. This is only 3rd December noon time. You have 3 more days at least. After that, after getting to this examination, there is actually the game is happening. So for that game, you should be able to have certain format of this, like get ready with all the necessary things and get ready mentally at least, and answer all the questions in round ways. That's enough, guys. You can surely make this. And thanks for EMBARK for providing such an opportunity for me also. If you are having anything to ask, you can ask me right now. One request, if you are not attending any examination so far, just to take one examination. There will be many online platforms that are providing free tests. I'll be sharing one link to Junaid as well. Yeah.
Sir, I had a question. Maybe it's a silly one. Can I ask?
Yeah, please.
Sir, last time when I was attempting this exam, one of my senior who was going to the center with me, she said that, if you don't know the answer, mark either B or C because that is the
Neha,
answer in
actually,
most.
one I lost the network in between. She asked or she conveyed what?
Yeah, she said that, if you don't know the answer of any particular question, you can either mark B or C because in most cases, that is the
It will
answer
be B
is
or
the
C,
true.
right? Okay. That's actually not what universal principle. Uh, but I think I am best. My policy is that in the best way you can derive into a logical answering method. Logically try to eliminate at least 1 or 2 questions, then go for this answer. That would be much more
Okay,
better.
sir. But is there
Otherwise,
any, yeah, but is there any other way of guessing?
actually guessing. One more thing, especially uh, in your paper too. With one particular information itself, you can able to come to answer sometimes. For that, make sure that you are reading that statement very carefully. I'm not able to say when I'm seeing this one, but last night also I was discussing certain questions for these history students. So I would be able to, with one particular information, they can eliminate four other options. If the option is with five, options are with five. So it's possible just to have a practice. This is high time for practicing MCQs. Just to try to work out yourself. A logic will be there for most of the questions and most of the answers. Try to eliminate some of the options and try to reach the answer. And
Thank
finally, the
you,
result
sir.
will be positive, Neha. All the best, everybody.
Thank you,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah.
Good
And
afternoon, sir. I
yeah,
also had
good
one
afternoon.
question. Yeah,
I
so
like,
my
uh,
question is
mm,
regarding the mathematical questions.
mm.
So like data interpretations and logical reasoning, all those things. So basically, I am not very good at maths, so they usually take up my time, like the
Do
calculations and all.
one thing. I like go for this max as well as data elimination in the last of the examination. Make sure that you are getting at least 15 to 20 minutes doing all these 10 questions.
Okay.
Keep it for the last 10 or 15 minutes. Okay.
Because the thing is that like even if you are able to solve it, but it takes time. Like you can get the answer, but it takes time.
No
So
worries, but invest the time there in the other subject, and otherwise, what will happen? Like in the very first time you are planning, like for the first time, for the first 15 minutes, I'll be dedicating for this max. You can have that approach also. If you're confident that within that 15 minutes you will be able to answer all the questions. Otherwise, it will take 15 to 30 minutes. So it will make you cost again more time. So have one plan either in the beginning 15 minutes, but that should be paka clear. You won't be able to wear watches. So make sure that you are having that time in your desktop. Okay, you can have that
okay,
approach also. If you are able to answer this max question by practicing or by deriving these problems by first 15 minutes or last 15 minutes. Okay,
all right, sir. Thank you.
okay, thank you, Alec. Anybody else? Okay, then all the best, guys. So I am very happy to be part of this Embark journey. Thank you, Junaid, as well as MSF EFL team. Thanks for inviting me, as well as thank you all the students. I'll be sharing one link to Junaid. Uh, if you are interested, you can attend that paper one test series. I can share that one with you. Okay, so that's all, guys. Thank you. We'll see you later. Hope the session was somewhat
Thank you.
useful
That
for
was
you. Yeah.
okay. That was very interesting session, very interactive, very engaging to everyone. I hope the session was quite clear for all of you. And yeah, if there is any any of the doubts, you can easily reach out to MSF or the EMBARK group, and we'll be reaching our faculties. So once again, I am extending my sincere thanks to especially our today's faculty, Mr. Muhammad Safwan, as well as all the participants who have been here in this session and have taken your time for being in this session. Thank you very much.
Thank you.